Okay, campers, rise and shine and don't forget your booties because it's cold out there. That's a quote from one of my all-time favorite movies. Do you know what it is? If so, we could be best friends. And yeah, it is cold out there this morning. We woke up to I was going to say a blanket of snow, but more than that. Pretty much the entire state of Tennessee is covered in snow. This is how it works in the South. When the meteorologist says it's going to snow, we don't believe it because the majority of the time it somehow misses us. Not this time. Mother Nature thought that I needed another day to sleep in, so I appreciate it. Here we are at almost 9, which means I'll be dirty fasting today. The rest of the day will consist of easy keto low carb meals that are diabetic friendly, drinks, desserts, snacks, all that good stuff. I got lots of comments about adding in the carb count from last video, so that's what I'm going to do this time as well. But I think I'm going to add the carb count at the meal for you guys instead of at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we'll just do a total. I'll share net carbs and total carbs. This morning while I got you guys here, I do want to say thank you all for the prayers and well wishes to Quincy. I'll give an update on him during the snack and chats. This morning, I am drinking some electrolytes because I was having some foot cramps and calf cramps last night. Nobody needs to deal with that. Of course, everyone fasts differently. Like I said, this morning is going to be a dirty fast. If you don't know what dirty fasting is, I'll link that video up here in the cards and down in the description box. But basically, I allow certain drinks as long as they're extremely low calorie and pretty close to virtually no carbs. And my new favorite electrolytes, these are the Salty by Keto Chow. The Booyah Berry is one of my favorites, and that's what I'm drinking this morning. It has 3 whopping calories, 0.64 total carbs, and 0.01 net carbs. Sweetened with stevia, only has a handful of ingredients, but it does have potassium, magnesium, and sodium. This is not a sponsored video, but I do have a discount code for them if you'd like to order anything. I'll put it down in the description box for you, so all you gotta do is just click on the link. So I'm gonna sip on this probably throughout the day. Okay, I'm gonna run, but don't go anywhere. We got a lot to talk about during the chats. I'm gonna go cover these dark circles under my eyes, and I'll see you in a second. I actually made it longer than I thought I would. It's almost 1 o'clock. I decided to do a breakfast taco for lunch. Instead of a traditional tortilla shell, I've been using the Egg Life wraps. They're a lot lower in carbs. I like to put them in a pan with butter, crisp them up on both sides. I'm going to scramble an egg and add Flavor God sriracha. Regular sriracha seasoning is a lot higher in carbs. This one is going to be 0. If you've not tried Flavor God seasonings, I have a discount code for them, and anytime you use that, it'll take a percentage off. I'll be adding some bacon, Jimmy Dean sausage, and shredded cheese. And when all that gets done, I slide it out onto my Egg Life wrap. Fold it over like a taco, and you're done. Occasionally I'll add salsa, sour cream, avocado, but I'm just not feeling it today. To drink, I'm going to be having an 8-ounce bottle of water. Guess I'll go sit down and watch it snow. After adding everything up, my carb count ended up being 4. If you've been with me since my Dollar Tree days, you'll remember the hate that I used to get over this tree. It's not a Christmas tree. It's a giant nightlight. I must admit, I have came a long way since those Dollar Tree days when I gave a crap about what people thought about me and said in the comments, and it hurt my feelings. I don't take that stuff so seriously anymore. If I get a nasty comment, I tell myself, hurt people, hurt people. It is still snowing. Heavy bursts, then flurries. The countdown is on. Less than 2 months and spring will be here before we know it. Before I get into the chat portion of the snack and chat, let's go over the drinks. Up first is a big old turbot of ice water. Up next is my afternoon pick-me-up, Alani Nu Cherry Twist. With an additional twist. Let's rewind to my last What I Ate in a Day video. Wow. Lime. Oh. Whew. It packs a punch. It's sour. But you guys are geniuses and told me to take my Jordan Skinny syrup in cherry and add it to it. I'm going to try it and give you my thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and put this in my little sleeve so that it keeps it cold and I can sip on it throughout the day. Before I open it up, let me tell you what I'm going to be snacking on. Check these out. Whoever knew about these and didn't tell the rest of the group, you're fired. They came in my keto crate a couple of months ago. The Porking Good old-timey butterscotch flavored dessert pork rinds. It checks off all the boxes. It's crunchy, it's sweet, it's salty. They're delicious and I'm obsessed. So good. Are we ready? I'm ready because now I'm excited about these. I was a little apprehensive until you guys gave me all those suggestions. I'm going to sit this down and then pour a little bit in because I'm not going to try to juggle it all and possibly spill it all over me. I didn't add that much. You know, if you've used any of the Jordan Skinny syrups before, it doesn't take a lot. Straw. I gave it a few seconds to marinate. Oh, and don't stir it, Kristi. Don't stir it. The moment of truth. Okay. That just kicked this flavor, cherry twist, into second place. All I wanted was that tartness gone. That did it. Thank you guys. Sometimes we just need a little reminder. Now I have 2 things I need to put on my to-do list. Go to Sam's, pick up more of the cherry twist, and go check out Jordan Skinny syrup and keep an eye out for their next sale so that I can get some more of this. Jordan Skinny syrup discount code in the description box. Quick update from last video on Quincy. He's my Yorkie and he's a handful. It's like constantly having a toddler in your house. Always got to keep your eyes open, seeing what's going on with him. He got into the cat food. It is in a completely different room and it's gated so that he can't get to it. What happened was my son-in-law had came in and he left the gate open because he was just running to the kitchen to get something and then running right back out. Well, Quincy seized the opportunity to gobble down all of Mira's cat food. Within 24 hours, he was urinating blood. He went on anti-inflammatories and antibiotics. It was cleared up within a day. But I want to make it perfectly clear. We don't leave the cat food anywhere near somewhere that he should be able to get to. He's just sneaky like that. I had to readjust because little man here decided he was going to join us. I'm pretty sure he thinks he's a parrot. If he could sit on my shoulder, he would. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot to share some huge news with you guys. Before I tell you what that huge news is, I have to do a little bit of a story time because that's just the way I do things. Recently I posted this video, Uncommon Keto Mistakes Nobody Talks About. That's when I had an amazing idea. I decided to turn those 9 mistakes into an ongoing series, but on YouTube Shorts so that I could do one at a time. But here's the part that's exciting. For the first time in, I guess, 2.5 years at this point, I posted on TikTok. I know, who am I? Does that tell you how much better I'm feeling? No, I've not got it all together. My brain still wanders. I will forget my train of thought, but if I feel good enough to film one really quick and post it on TikTok, then you know things are looking up. So I'm crossing my fingers, everything stays good, and I can do like a very long series, 1 number at a time. Okay, I don't ask you guys for much, but this is very important. So consider it a favor to me that's gonna benefit you. If you're over here watching this video, odds are really good you are wanting to lose weight, trying to lose weight, doing keto, maybe starting low carb, interested in intermittent fasting, dirty fasting, one of those topics is important to you, I watched a YouTube video that you have to see because it is not only eye-opening, it's going to blow your mind. It was over on one of my favorite channels, Diary of a CEO. In the video, Dr. Jason Fung is interviewed. In case you do not know who that is, he's a nephrologist, a kidney doctor, and knows a lot about intermittent fasting. Basically, he was talking about it and how great it is for weight loss purposes before anybody else. I'm not a doctor, nor am I giving medical advice, but he can because he does have doctor in front of his name and he has a PhD. He talks about so many of the things I've talked about in the past, and people are like, boo, hiss. There was just so many nuggets of knowledge in that. I've already watched it twice. I'm going to link it for you in the description box. You've got to go see it. Even if you're like, I'm not into intermittent fasting, that's fine. He talks about so many other things related to weight loss that are important, especially if you're someone that's watching this video. You will find it interesting. You got to see it. Believe me. And then come back after you watch it and give me your thoughts. I mean, it's just a wealth of knowledge you need to hear. Don't forget to come back in the comments after you watch it and tell me your thoughts. I gotta know. Ooh, mailman's here. Which means if he parked right there, he's got a package, which also means he's gonna jump off the couch and start barking. So I'm gonna go, but I'll be back in just a second with a meal. But first, let's go over my carb count. Total and net were both 6. This is probably one of my favorite recipes. 3 ingredient keto nuggets. You can use whatever chicken you like. This is the one that I pick up at Sam's Club. 12.5 ounce can. The trick to making these, you have to drain off all the liquid. Plus, when you mix all the ingredients together, you got to do it with your hands. Just using a fork or a spoon won't get it to the right consistency. Last 2 ingredients, you'll need 1.5 cups of shredded cheese and an egg. If you want to add any additional seasonings, you can. Once you get all that combined, form them into nuggets. I usually get about 12 out of each batch. Into the air fryer at 350 for 6 to 7 minutes. Then you flip them, then another 6 to 7 minutes. It just depends on how crispy you like them. And tonight for dinner, I'm just going to eat all 12. I refilled my Tervis and I'm drinking some more water. Now for my dinner carb count. 7 total and 7 net. It's after 8 o'clock. I don't think I'd consider this dessert. It's more like a midnight snack. I've not had a yogurt in what seems like ages. These are my favorite. Ratio keto friendly. This is the strawberry flavor. And the carb count on this one is only 3. Do you ever just have one of those days where you don't feel like cooking or eating or doing much of anything? That was me today. Before I call this video over and done with, let me go over the carb count for you. All meals, drinks, snacks, desserts brought the carb count to 21 total carbs, 20 net carbs. Don't forget, everything that I mentioned in today's video will be linked down in the description box. Discount codes, videos that you need to go watch, recipes, playlists, places where you can follow me on other social media channels. Go down there and poke around and see what you can find. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.